Jenbel, as always. Welcome back. So I literally just finished up watching a movie on Amazon Prime called the Roll Farms Haunting. Sorry, it's still like up on my TV from 2015, and this is another found footage movie. Unlike the found footages that I have been kind of talking about lately or in past, I would have to say, do not watch this one. Please do not watch this one. I feel like this actually could have had some potential. It really could have. So this movie basically is about, obviously, found footage. It's two buddies in small town Wisconsin. One dude is, taking care of his family farm and everything. He's kind of, like, his parents are gone and everything, and he's now kind of taking over the farm and everything. And his buddy, who, like, went to Hollywood for a little bit, is trying to be a filmmaker and everything, wants to do a documentary, they're talking about doing a documentary, doing this project together and everything. And shortly after, that these guys are kind of talking, certain things kind of start happening, as they do in found footage movies. Here's the thing about this one, though. It's a haunting and everything. Not as much paranormal. I did not take this movie as much of a paranormal movie as it was more of a home invasion movie. And here's the thing. Going back to kind of the could have had potential. This is very kind of reminiscent, similar to The Strangers, the first first Strangers. Guys, sorry if I'm all like more like spaced out than normal. I literally got like 2 hours of sleep last night. I've been up since 5, and on top of that, I actually took 2 sleeping pills last night to help me sleep. That did shit for me. So yeah, sorry if I'm a little spacey. Sorry. Wanted to get that out there. And another thing too, with me being as tired as I am, I feel like I should have been able to somewhat enjoy this movie with my sleepiness, because right now in Chicagoland, it's just past 1, I think almost 1:30 in the afternoon. So I've been up for 8 hours, 8.5 hours. So yeah, so I'm a little jet lagged right now. But yeah, this movie just. But anyway, I was saying it's kind of reminiscent of the first Strangers movie, which I love the Strangers movie, the first Strangers movie. And the thing too, and I don't know if I've ever said this really on my channel, but I know I've said it to like people I know and stuff when we're talking about movies and stuff. And every time I mention, maybe not every time, but I've mentioned a couple of times about the Strangers that, I could have seen that movie done as a found footage movie. And in a way, I kind of have always wanted to maybe see sort of a found footage take on that movie. Not, in nothing where it's going to be like completely ripping the movie off, but just a different take and angle on this. And this definitely kind of was it, but it fell very, very, very short for me. Even the acting, especially towards the end, really started, and maybe once again, this is like my sleep deprivedness talking, but especially towards the end, the acting really started to kind of get on my nerves. And once again, I mean, with found footage, it's kind of a little bit more difficult to act in a found footage because you're trying to act like you're not acting in a movie type thing. You're trying to be a little more natural. You're like trying to act a little more natural and everything. It's not quite like, say, The Strangers or Friday the 13th or The Fog or whatnot. Any sort of like regular movie, non-found footage movie. But yeah, this one it really kind of fell short. Like I said, it could have been semi-decent if it was done just maybe a tad more love. I'm just saying, just a tad more spice. And some of the bickering between the two buddies, at some points kind of did work out. Like, I'll give it credit for that, and I'll give it credit for not being necessarily another, like, paranormal type movie. And I know, like I said, I know this is supposed to be kind of like more of a paranormal one. I definitely did not take it as a paranormal movie. It felt more like The Strangers. Once again, nothing even wrong with that. I mean, I can't even, like, I would say if you're really that curious about this movie, first of all, don't watch it sober. Get a couple of your buddies over, get a couple of drinks going, have a nice little buzz, smoke it if you got it. That's the thing. I smoked what I got just to, like, enjoy this movie. Like, and I'm regretting it now, because that's an hour and 23 minutes of my life that I'm not getting back, that I could have at least had a chuckle with this movie with. Yeah. And you know what? It's legal and it's medicinal, so shut it. But anyway, but I'm not trying to, like, tell people to do drugs, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna do a drug, whatever, that's my little PSA. No, but this one just, it was kind of a dud, and like I said, towards the end, it really kind of started getting, I was getting annoyed with them, because at one point, like, a couple of these people, like, there's 3 people, that's the other thing too, 3 people, and this is why it's so much of, like, it reminded me so much of The Strangers. Once again, not necessarily a bad thing, because I've always kind of wanted to see a found footage take of The Strangers. Like, I don't know, like, call me crazy, because you guys know, I put up with found footage. But no, it like, towards the end, or I should say, I'm sorry, I'm talking about the 3 people. There's 3 people that are kind of, like, doing little things too, almost like The Strangers. Like, they'll kind of knock on the door, but none of them say anything, except, well, they do, like, they will kind of sing, like, they'll play a little bit of music and kind of sing. That's really kind of, like, the only difference between this and The Strangers. So yeah, and they all wear masks. Actually, they wear kind of like the, You're Next mask a little bit. If I, no, whatever, I'm not really gonna look for it. I was gonna kind of, like, hold it up, so for those of you guys who don't know what the, Your Next mask looks like, but it's basically kind of like a sheep or whatnot, or like an animal and everything, or like, the Wyatt family, for all you wrestling fans from, like, back in the day when Bray Wyatt, like, debuted and stuff. It's kind of similar to that, but not exactly. And yeah, like, it could have been decent. And towards the end, once again with the gentleman, like, just getting on my nerves. Like, at one point, like, 2 of them are standing outside, kind of singing around, like, oh man, ruined you. Oh man, oh my god. They're like, it's like, call the fucking cops. Call the damn cops. Oh wait, no, they can't, because both their cell phones were taking. You don't have a damn landline. Like, I know a lot of people are getting rid of, like, landlines and stuff, only have cell phones. But, like, yeah, this was set in 2015, or this was made in 2015, set in 2011. You couldn't, like, scream that shit and, like, contact the authorities, like, we need fucking help, we need to... Oh, no, that's right, we couldn't contact the police because your dumbass friend decided to go to the police earlier on in the movie, because you guys saw 3 people on your farm, and they're not gonna come over because you're like, well, I'm gonna have to record it, I'm gonna get it on film. Like, okay, here's the sleep deprivedness right now of me being like, but it just, like, just don't watch this movie. Don't watch this movie. Like I said, if you do, like, I'm not even gonna recommend it to you guys. I'm not gonna suggest doing this, but if you do watch it, like I said, I suggest a couple of drinks with your buddies, or smoke it if you got it, because that's literally the only way you can enjoy this movie. I'm just saying, and you guys know I only recommend doing that if a movie is like this. Just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, for those of you, unfortunate souls who have seen this movie, and if you guys do like this movie, honestly, I mean, props to you for liking it. Like, please do not think my little rant on it means that, like, you have no taste in movies. If you like it, I mean, because some of the movies I like, I'll admit, are not the greatest. I'll admit. But no, if you guys do like this movie, props to you for liking it. I do, like I said, I mean, for me, it just fell just a little too short to be like, wasn't too bad. But no, if you guys have seen this, let me know in the comments. Even if you did like it, let me know why you liked it. What certain things you did like about it, or disliked about it, of course. Uh, but till next time, you guys, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.